Welcome back, everyone. It is definitely the symbol of Arizona.
Certainly.
Definitely indeed. Today marking the 104th birthday of the Grand Canyon. Because of federal efforts to preserve Arizona's natural wonder, much of it looks just like it did hundreds of years ago.
But the history of the canyon and the first people to call it home kind of faded just a bit, and now a native Arizona filmmaker wants her people to tell its story in their own voice. The Grand Canyon is more than Arizona's claim to fame.
It is a place all the tribes have in common is that they respect that place. It is definitely a cultural landscape.
One of 7 natural wonders of the world, the canyon is also a bond between 11 indigenous tribes. That bond,
the Grand Canyon, is very special to us.
a sacred connection to the ecosystem.
The middle of the river is called Hayutata. Our ancestors had always told us the middle of the river is the backbone of the people. And without that backbone, we cannot survive.
And reclamation by the U.S. government.
Once it became a national park, my people were restricted from this area. They were no longer welcomed here. Natives are still around, it's just they've been restricted from the area of their roaming grounds.
Now broadcast in natives' own voice through a new documentary, Voices of the Grand Canyon.
This has always been indigenous land. It's important for people to realize that, and especially visitors to realize that this is home.
The film's director, Deirdre Peaches, opened a platform for her own people to tell the canyon's history.
The archaeological sites are our footprints. It is evidence that the Hopi clans traveled through there. And that is a home for our ancestral people and their spirits.
The guiding community, but also our clients, they needed to know native, indigenous perspectives, and knowledge should always be included in every conversation.
Reframing the destination into a living spirit.
The water that runs into it, those are often viewed as the lifeline of Mother Earth in Kimanahastan.
A lot of the film, it does personify the canyon. When you think about things as far as like rock formations, mesas, canyons, waterways, when you start thinking them as like people, then you have a much more respect. You have a much more inherent kind of wanting to protect these places because of knowing the stories that have come from so much of these sacred places, especially with the canyon.
It's just a very sacred place that we must treat very carefully, respectfully, and not think of it as a theme park.
You don't yell in the canyon, you don't scream in the canyon, you don't throw rocks down the canyon. Be respectful as if you were like going to like a church or something or service.
It's really an honor to be able to go and visit the canyon.
Voices of the Grand Canyon, released earlier this year, already has international attention with official selections at handfuls of film festivals dating back to last year when it won Best Documentary at the 2022 Indie Film Festival in Phoenix. Peach's success, though, remains focused on renewal.
Especially for Native people, like representation is important, but representation done right is crucial.
And a revitalization of the awe of the canyon's majesty.
I hope we can continue to have tranquility, silence there, because our spiritual people need that as well.
What we do to the land, we do to ourselves.
So I hope that the visitors will come and also share that kind of feeling that the Grand Canyon and humanity are all one.
Gosh, grand, a bit of an understatement when you see all of that. Shout out to our producer Hayes for putting that together. And you can watch the entire documentary and learn more about the vast history of the Grand Canyon right now at 12news.com.